You know you like the grilled cheese smush. That's all I'm saying.
That grilled cheese is so good.
Are you saying you're like a teenage girl? You've changed your outfit like how many times today?
Like 9. Every episode is a different shirt.
I see
I've never worn the same one.
That's awesome. So I wanted to win.
You didn't work hard enough.
5 days a week. Lifted twice, ran twice, crawled 3 times.
6 days. God only rested 1 day.
I'm not God.
Obviously. Hello, Adventure. So I'm here at Pixar Animation Studios, and I'm super excited because I am going to be spending the day with my best friend who I started my first animation company with. And I'm going to be able to see a little bit of a behind the scenes in one of the movies that they're going to be coming out with in just a couple of weeks. But what I want to do is I'm also going to have him be in this episode. So today's an exciting day for me, but I'm more excited for you because we're going to have a conversation in an episode, not just what makes this studio great at telling stories, but about the culture behind the studio that makes those stories. So we're gonna have an incredible day, and the day's gonna have an incredible us, but come on in, I want to introduce you to some of my friends. Hey, so I am here with my best friend, Rich. And Rich and I started our first company together. We were barely 20 years old, and the whole world changed, and we started our own animation company, and it was fantastic. But there wasn't always fantastic days. So Rich gets to be part of a team that gets to create some amazing stories. And I'm a huge fan of the culture. And so we get to hang out and talk about some of the things that, what makes it different. And so I thought it'd be good to talk a little bit about criticism, because criticism is actually a good thing for you guys.
It is. I'd say it's one of our biggest strengths is that from the top to the bottom, it's sort of expected that you're going to have people working with you to basically tear your work down so that you can build it back up better. Every single day, whatever I work on, I get notes, I get criticism, I have to rip out my work, and I got to rebuild it. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's the whole thing. But the idea is every single time it makes it better. So it's from the directors down to me, the workers working on stuff, to people building sets. It doesn't matter. Well, the thing is, it takes experience. It takes understanding that you have to divorce your character and who you are from your work so that you can take honest feedback about your work so you make your work better. If you don't like my work, it doesn't mean you don't like me. Especially an artist, when you're starting, you pour your soul into it so you feel like that's you. You have to take that apart and go, look, they're trying to make me better. And when you're first getting started and it takes you all day to make something,
you're insecure about it.
So we were doing this project it was a flight simulator, and I was doing this water. I'm like, hey, John, check out the water I did. It was a 2-hour bender. I didn't sleep. I was trying to get something done because I think they were coming by to see something, right? It was rushing for, this is like a review.
This is like, and we're talking about like water simulation.
Yeah, there was none of that
particle systems. Like it was a complicated deal.
It looked awful.
And so
I was so proud of it. And I wasn't proud of it. I was just done. Right. And I'm like, this is great.
Said, what do you think?
And John goes, it looks like cement.
Looks like wet cement. It doesn't look like the ocean.
And I was so angry. And I was like, no, this is, what do you mean? It looks just like water. Oh,
no, Rich, it looks like wet cement.
It looks
not good.
And that was
You got so mad. Didn't you leave? It wasn't good.
No, it was awful. But that is the beginning of the journey that now it's kind of like, it's fine. Now, there's a difference, right? There's a difference between destructive criticism and constructive. When somebody is giving you their honest opinion to make you better, you take that. And that's what I get every day. Right. It's you're in a circle of people that are there for you and trying to make you better, and you take that. These are your trusted advisors, and this guy happened to be surrounded by them, which is great. But if someone is coming up and just saying, well, that sucks, that's different. It might suck. They might be right. But you're not going to take that opinion if it's not somebody that you trust, that's there, that has got your back.
Like, we even have a saying that on our adventure team, that the best idea wins. It's not like mine. It's not position. It's like, hey, if you don't like that idea, it's okay. Our projects become our babies. We make something and it's like, that's my baby. And my friend Ben said one time, they're not your babies. Your children are your children.
Your babies are your babies.
Like, that's just your cat. Like, I just say it's your cattle. It's a project, and doing venture capitalism, like where you're investing in different stuff, 80% of the time it's not going to work out. And it's okay. It's not my identity. Like, we have a very healthy attitude towards failure.
It's hard though.
You fail all the time.
Not everybody is comfortable with that.
It takes a while.
It takes work. It takes being surrounded by people that are going to let you do that.
One thing I like is that the difference between saying and or but.
This looks good, and if you do this, it'll make it better.
versus, hey, this looks good, but I think it comes down to, again, thoughtfulness, right? It's not, hey, let's sandwich compliments. Like, hey, Rich, I really like this. And then like, now I need to talk to you about this situation, but now let me tell you, you're really valued here. You can smell that a mile away. But I think just a culture of saying there's that, and here's some things that you can do. I mean, I had that call today where I was saying, hey, they did really great work. And I think if we tweak this, we let this breathe a little bit more. Right. But some people don't take those notes. They become defensive.
Well, you have to separate who you are from what you're doing. And you have to be willing to work on what you're doing being better. And it's not your character that there's criticism on. But even then, over time, you realize that getting a character criticism from somebody you trust is fine.
Because they're also asking you, like, one of the cool things here is that no matter what position you are in the company, you can give notes.
Yeah, whenever there's a screening, everybody can give notes. You send your notes in. It doesn't mean that necessarily your note's going to be like, oh,
right. It doesn't make you the director.
No, but when there's 1,000 people giving you notes and a bunch of stuff shows up as an issue, they realize, oh, hey, there's an issue, and they work on it. But every single note gets read. It doesn't matter who you are.
One of the things I just love about just this place is there's a culture of thoughtfulness. Like even how the buildings are designed. They're designed around people. It's about collaboration.
All of the common areas are all in the middle, so you can't sit in your office. Eventually you're gonna have to get and go to the bathroom. At the worst case, you're going to have to meet and see other people.
So like, tell me about not your greatest wins here, but your biggest failure here.
Biggest, I was a couple of years in, and I was given a task that I wasn't ready for. I was told to work on a main character, rig up a main character, and I wasn't ready for it. So I started working on it, and I was not hitting the notes. I was not speaking animations language. I was basically doing everything wrong. I didn't know that I was doing it wrong. I was working hard, but I wasn't ready for it. And they pulled me off the characters, and they set me aside and they said, look, you're flailing, and it's as much our fault as yours, but we've got to pull you off. And I won't lie, it was devastating to go through that. I mean, literally cried in that meeting. It was awful. They took me and they said, all right, now we're going to put you in a position to succeed. We're going to give you the skills you need. And over the next 6 to 8 months, I was given the kind of tasks in the right direction, and I worked through. And by the end of it, I was working on those kind of characters, and I was getting them done, and everybody was happy.
Are you allowed to say what you got to work on? No, he's not allowed to say what he worked on, but it was
stuff.
Awesome.
Well, the point was,
it involved a Scottish girl.
I was
and her hair
and
an Academy Award.
But the point was, I was given the opportunity to succeed through my failure.
I'm saying you did a great job. I'm proud of you. Can't one guy say to another guy he's proud of another guy in front of a lot of people on the internet?
My brother's over there too.
First of all, I want to thank you for being open and talking about this. That's super huge, and I want to hug you, but that'd be awkward. Don't do that. That's so Anyway, it's important to have a culture that is fun, that you have somebody that you can talk to, that it's a culture of thoughtfulness, that you believe in people and you then help those people win.
Surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth, that will give you honest criticism with the goal of making you better. Surround yourself with people you trust and listen to them.
Right. Don't surround yourself with critics. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who are willing, who care enough about you to want to make you better. Criticism is like, oh, you care about me. Like, it's almost gotten to be a hug. Like, oh, thanks. And it's like, it's weird, but that's the place that you should live, because that is where your biggest gains are going to come from, is that when you work with a team that wants the best idea to win. So you have movies to go make, and we have adventures to take, and your adventure begins right now.